bar. But either way, we are going to be getting to this game very shortly. We'll look at mid lane because the simple way to explain this matchup is volatile, depending on ignites, which is unlikely, but is really high for carry killing. And now suddenly DaJeung has no health, no resources in mid lane. He's just objectively losing this 1v1. Is dead in mid lane. And you talk about you reap what you sow. That's a rough start.
It really is a rough start. And you can see Souli taking the inner line there, trying to say, well, Daystar, are you going to flash or are you not? That's going to force the TP out from DaJeung. Obviously, very quick respawn back into the swamp. But now it's the guessing game. Where has Daystar gone? Which bush is he feigning? And has he put enough time to actually deny himself?
And he's going to get the execute. Wow. So Daystar gets the solo kill in mid lane, compliments of a gank from. Has to be careful.
And we start. Yursan going to start things off with that hook. Flash away from Akia. Comes across his Souli right now. Doesn't have any summoners, so it's just a sitting duck. A little bit too easy there for leemas. Welcomes the kill. Rooted in place. And you're farming up a storm, but not anymore.
Not able to influence the state of this game whatsoever, except for Daystar. And so the fact that gank is successful for Bliss bodes really positively for this game.
Careful, DaJeung might just fall victim to another kill. He certainly will in a 1v1. Daystar showcasing his class and his excellence.
But how good is Daystar? I think the proof's in the pudding here. But realistically, the biggest story for me is top fighting, actually.
Hold that point for 2 seconds. There is Thien is just dead as well, and it is just a mess across the entirety of Summoner's Rift right now. 4-0.
We see the collapse here. A lot of ultimates now find themselves available. Speaking of those ultimates, of course, Souli's level 7, Chayon 6 himself. Hook hits.
Certainly does. Akia is the one in trouble right now. Drops the box, but might be put in one. It's a grave. He's dead. That is his coffin. And the rest of his team are forced to try and deal with it. Jumping across the wall with the charm. But a great flash away from Daystar as he keeps himself. And it goes in the right place, right? It does go into the hands of Chayon, which is certainly where you want it to be. Akia actually going to square up again, and everything gets chucked at him. We're getting flashbacks to what we saw last week. If you can't get anybody in Bliss, target the support.
All 4 summoner spells available for the bottom lane of Team Bliss, and you can see Whynot now here as well for the counter gank if absolutely required. But it seems like it is just the disengage and the reroute. Team Bliss!
Oh, look at that. It was clever. Flash lantern in. Doesn't actually land it. So the counter gank this time is actually favorable for MAMMOTH. Out goes the Moonlight Vigil. Spread it with the blue weapon, but not enough to get a kill. And it is Team Bliss that start, but are limping away.
Yeah, very.
He's going to add his own flavor. Showcase not everything in a competitive meta has to be what you say. In goes Liv, dragging him across the wall, trying to take Thien away from the safety and sanctuary of his own tier 1 tower. A knockback, a shove, but DaJeung is there. He's going to charm himself in. Liv's forced to flash away. But on your head, there is nowhere to buffer. A dash, a shield, a potential dream, and a graceful handover. So DaJeung gets his first of the game.
And look, DaJeung may do no damage right now, but he's got plenty of mobility. He's hit the bit of a zoning play by MAMMOTH. Keep in mind here that they did just use the Jinx ult, the Hecarim ult, and they are looking for this Drake contest. They're also split, Skimmy. It's risky.
It certainly is risky, and Thien may be caught out, completely isolated from the rest of his team. DaJeung had to TP back to mid lane, which created that whole disparity in the very first place. Souli's still in the heralds, so he's obviously off to the flank, as we can see right now on the Gromp. And the Dragon has been started. The third one of this game is already down to 40%. MAMMOTH considering do we go in, but looking at Souli's positioning, that is a big fat no. Onto the mid tower instead is what they're going to look to try and force themselves to get. Chayon gets a few seconds to auto-attack weave in. Yursan finds the hook, jumps on in, depth charge, knocks them all up. There is that cease and desist. Grabs the DaJeung's head, but he's got the charges. He can just dash away. Not what you need. Ooh. No damage to follow it up. And Bliss are hunting for a kill, but they can't find it. Really enough to actually make something happen here, but it's all about trying to find something before that Drake does spawn.
DaJeung on a really nice flank here. If he finds leemas, there's a cleanse, but no flash.
No vision, they have no idea. So there it is. It's the flash forward, the charm across the wall, dashing away with the gale force to safety. They'll find themselves at least at tier 1. Daystar next on the chopping block, but knocks them all back. Whynot on leemas? That's what we need. There he is. Cleanse out straight away. No wallbang for you, and turn it onto Whynot instead. Yursan, he's starting to really impress me in this novel. 2-0-3 and putting in a lot of work in his debut. It's worth noting that leemas' flash does come back up in about the next 5 seconds. So he'll at least be grateful for that, knowing that this Drake fight is what they essentially were posturing for. Here's the angle, and you're looking to see where Thien decides to go for. Akia is the target, jumps straight in with the box, but deleted. Chayon now, 3 kills to his name. He's starting to get strong, he's starting to find resets, and there's a team built around him to find those picks, to get those kills, to forget about the Dragon. Let's go Baron.
Yeah, it's no longer a fight around the Drake. Mammoth got the picks that they are hunting for, and suddenly we're looking at a Drake for Baron. A lot of this, DaJeung finds his angle because Thien and Souli are able to body them all out. And it is Thien who finds the initial push, and Akia is just like butter, just melts. Thien's dead as we come back. You compliment a man.
You do.
You stems a lot of the flow of this Baron buff. Thien going down, no teleport as well in his pockets means one of the side lanes has less threat. Fight happening at the turret, but Daystar.
DaJeung playing a Daystar game. Nice sidestep though on the chains. Not going to be full victim to that
Conqueror
combo
prop.
just yet, but still has to feel a little bit of protection.
Oh
Look
my
how many
God,
dashes there are
Daystar.
between the two of them. They are literally traveling through the space and time.
He's just broke his ankles. This is
For Liv right now, who goes unstoppable for just a second. 2 bruises on his head, locking him in place, jumping across the wall, going all out. Mid lane, no, that's where you need to be careful. And dashing away is DaJeung, but once again, Daystar has got him locked in his sights. It's like a bounty is on his head. Whynot is still alive. Tell me how, Rusty, because Daystar is too. They're both so low, but unable to find that reason. Unable to get that kill until they jump in when the gale falls. And he's found on leemas of all people. That's what you want. That's what you need. Forget the Baron. Finally, let's break open this base.
And Souli was preoccupied with the tank in top lane, but finally comes back. Auto attack. But just like that, the reinforcements came through, right? That Liv that they pushed out of the fight, they came back and we're back.
We certainly are. Jumping in with the onslaught of shadows, looking to try and put everybody to sleep, put them feared and stunned and absolutely destroyed. In jumps Liv, looking to try and go unstoppable, looking to try and be a bit of a clutch factor out of the stasis, and down and deleted. Chayon finally has been shut down, and of course it had to be Daystar. Superstar Daystar brings Bliss back.
And we said there's a stopwatch there for leemas, right? There is the cleanse, there is something to keep him alive. Hook connects.
That was a little bit too clean there as Yursan tries to buffer the hook away to safety. Not going to be the case. Look at the angles, flanked and deleted. There's a shutdown that Whynot certainly wanted for himself. A little bit of retribution as Liv drags Chayon right back into his jungle and says, that's where you're going to stay. You have been devoured.
And it is Bliss that find the angles. It's Bliss that finds...
One split here, completely forgetting about the top lane. Having the sights firmly fixated on the mid lane. And duking it out here in the bot lane, where you'd guarantee that Daystar is going to take that fight every day of the week. And certainly has confidence to do so. 8 and 2, an absolute weapon unleashed in this game 1. And DaJeung has 40.
I'm not ready to ult anyone like DaJeung who finds a flank. And the supers start to crash now. Daystar, a serious threat.
In come the supers, patiently were they waiting, but Liv to sacrifice himself to the lamb. He's gone in, what was that? Out goes the Moonlight Vigil, dropping him ever so low, and the supers on their own have said, we've got a mission.
Time's running low. Let's see how much they can get here.
Mammoth the ones to start up this Elder Drake. They instantly turn their attention on towards the Silas. Goes golden, buys time. Elder still engaged. TP's coming on through. Souli jumps in on his own and deleted. They have no smite. Now it's not a fair fight. There's a backline flank from a respawning Cassandra to say, where are you going? If we're fighting, I'm shoving in your minion wave. Whynot's found his target. He's forcing them back. That's a 3-man depth charge stolen away there by the Silas. And he's godlike, and for good reason too. But Chayon is trying to kite his absolute heart out, but the rest of his team is coming around him. Doesn't matter if you can see.
That being basically ran away from this Cassandra out of their base, Gimme. Solid ending to a very back and forth game.
Certainly was.